Oh, here. We're now going to watch Arkansas. Trigger warning. The video does contain police brutality. Also, double trigger warning. Old white man supports other old white man. What, you think Carolyn Maloney is better than fucking Nadler? They're both awful. What? Who gives a fuck? Chuck Schumer could have endorsed Nadler or Maloney. It doesn't matter. It's just like an awful. Anyway, this is a very hard video to watch. I already saw it. This is a very hard video to watch. There's police brutality, trigger warning. Also trigger warning, Arkansas. Yeah, I can show it. There's no blood. It's just a fucking insane, yet another insane instance of police brutality. Let's take a look.
Arkansas law enforcement officers have been removed from duty after this video showing them hitting a man outside a store in Mulberry, Arkansas, was posted to social media. The officers are seen punching and kneeing the suspect repeatedly and later arresting him. In the video, a woman not seen can be heard screaming to stop beating him, telling the officers he needs his medicine. An officer points and yells at her to back up. The person who posted the video says,
That was the... They were slamming his head against the concrete. You know, just boys being boys, cops being cops, pigs being pigs. Look at this part.
An officer points and yells at her.
That shit's crazy. He's like, I'm coming for you too, motherfucker. Like, literally. This is how they operate. This is how they fucking operate, dude. Look at this. They know they're being filmed. They do it anyway because they feel like they know that there's not going to be any fucking accountability coming for them. Then they're like, yeah, you're fucking next.
Her to back up. The person who posted the video says her sister witnessed the altercation. The two Crawford County deputies were suspended and the Mulberry police officer placed on administrative leave while the incident is investigated. Police say the man in the video is 27-year-old Randall Worcester of Goose Creek, South Carolina. They accuse him of threatening and spitting on a gas station attendant in a nearby town. The clerk then called the police. Worcester then rode a bike to the County Express convenience store in Mulberry, where he was arrested outside the store. One witness tells CNN affiliate KHBS it looked like the man got up to run away to avoid arrest, but the sheriff claims he got up to attack an officer. Worcester is being held at the county jail on multiple charges, including first-degree assault and second-degree battery. It's unclear whether he has an attorney. The Crawford County...
What do you mean it's unclear if he has an attorney? Does this motherfucker look like he has an attorney, bro? Terroristic threatening, by the way. They fucking hit him with, like, literally everything they could. Like, judging by what the fuck was going on there, it's something that you've probably seen already. Maybe not the police brutality side, but, like, it's another dude who's, like, lost their fucking minds. Behaving in an insane way. And instead of dealing with it by, sending in a social worker, knows how to deal with these sorts of circumstances, could technically go there and provide the adequate mental health treatment that this person clearly fucking needs. They send in the cops because there's no one else to go in a situation like this. And then the cops do what cops do best, which is beat the shit out of the dude. Okay? And then they fucking threw the book at him, too.
And second-degree battery. It's unclear whether he has an attorney. The Crawford County Sheriff's Office released a statement writing, "I hold all my employees accountable for their actions and will take appropriate measures in this matter."
Get the fuck out
Arkansas
of here.
Governor Asa Hutchinson tweeted, "The local arrest incident in Crawford County will be investigated pursuant to the video evidence and the request of the prosecuting attorney." Now, Worcester was hit with a number of charges, including assault and resisting arrest. But this is an incident that's going to take a lot of investigation. The sheriff's office says a state investigation was opened into what will be limited to the physical force used here against the officers involved. Only once that's done could it be referred to a county prosecutor for any potential charges.
Commissioner, thank you very much for being here. I mean, that's the question, right? What's necessary? And there's a lot we don't know. We don't know really what we can't see what happened. But
dude, what do you mean? There is no situation where that kind of like ass whooping is necessary. What? How are you gonna find a situation where you're like, oh, well, we don't know the full situation? What do you mean? They already apprehended him. What the fuck are you talking about? That's one of those videos where it's like, you don't need to really know much more. Like, he could have literally tried to fucking do an act of terrorism, and he doesn't. Like, a normal civilized society that has apprehended that criminal, if they were like an actual fucking terrorist, wouldn't have to like pummel their skull in. Like, that's crazy. They're fucking kicking him. They're slamming his head against the concrete. It's just concrete. It just doesn't matter. There is no fucking protocol. The media is morally culpable for these kinds of police brutality incidents when they try to find a situation where that is normal. There is no situation where 3 fucking officers standing on top of a dude are beating the living shit out of him, grabbing him by the fucking skull, and bashing it into the concrete. That's not a thing. There is no situation that is justifiable. That's it. You violated it. This is not like a fucking police shooting situation where, like, did the guy directly shoot at them and then the cops had to shoot back? It's not even like that. You see it. The video itself very clearly shows, like, the dude is fucking kneeing him. One dude is kneeing him. The other dude is grabbing his fucking skull and ramming it against the concrete. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
before that video begins. However, is there any scenario in which a response like that would be proportional and necessary?
Well, good morning, Poppy. It's clear from the video there was excessive force used. No matter what happened beforehand, the aggressive punching and pushing the defendant's head into the ground is just inexplainable, unexplainable. It's frustrating to see something like that happen after all that's gone on. You know, as someone who's been in the
bro, look at this ballerina ass motherfucker. My man's doing reverse single leg raises, bro. Look at this guy. That's the most flexible cop in the entire fucking state of Arkansas, motherfucker. Look at that. Oh, man, it's just, it's crazy. So far outside the realm of what police action looks like normally. It's like, no, it's not. This happens all the fucking time. Just because it's not a fucking another police murder doesn't change that reality.
Profession, you just wonder to yourself, when is this going to stop? But it's also a really important lesson about body cameras. There was a study done that body cameras on police officers not only improve the officer's conduct, but improve the conduct of the individual that they're interacting with. So I wonder, you know, where those cameras are, why they weren't on the officers, and if the presence of those cameras might have made a difference in this situation.
There is, as you know, Ed Davis, training for officers to subdue someone that they're trying to arrest if that person is resisting arrest. And what caught my attention in particular was the repeated punching to the head, and even it appeared banging his head on the pavement. And I just wonder, in any training that you've experienced, has that ever been part of the training? Is it ever part of the training to do that, to subdue a suspect?
Yeah.
Not in a situation like that. There can be no explanation for the vicious punching and the slamming of the defendant.
I love that he's like, yeah, there could be a situation where you could repeatedly pummel someone's skull in, but not this one. How about no, man? How about no? That's fucking psychotic.
Head into the ground. That particular officer has clearly acted outside the bounds of what's right. But what I'd like to stress is that when you have situations like this where you have anger and you have adrenaline that is playing a role in this, the officers will do things sometimes that are outside their training. It's not acceptable. It has to be trained out, but it's very difficult to do that among young men who are engaged in that kind of a combat situation. And you know, the punching it can happen. An officer can punch people, but only if they're being attacked at that particular time in a means in a way to defend themselves. What I saw there on the ground just was not appropriate.
Well, Ed Davis, you've commanded police in Boston. Thanks for sharing your experience with us this morning.
Boys just can't control themselves, you know? Cops are just, that's how cops are, you know what I mean? This is how cops be like. Just can't stop. They can't stop themselves. Adrenaline kicks in. Boys will be boys, dude. An ATF agent was tased, arrested at gunpoint by Columbus police. Wait, what?
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out. Get your hands up.
Sir! Don't argue. Face down. On the ground. Face down now. Face down.
You guys are making a big mistake.
Fine. We'll settle that second. Settle that. Face down now. All the way down. All the way. All the way.
This is from January 2021. There's a nice little pig-on-pig violence, dude. I do like this kind of content. I am a fan of that. You know, Hogalina's gone wild. You know, hog-on-hog violence. Let's take a look.
Got my IDs right here, left pocket. Left.
And we're going to put your arm on your back, sir.
Wait a second. Do not resist. I'm not resisting.
Do not resist. It's so funny that people always say, like, stop resisting, do not resist, when, like, the entire fucking, like, the entire way of handcuffing someone is to force your body into contorting in a way that it is impossible to be in. It is a very uncomfortable and very painful way to stand. So, of course, your body automatically, because it can't stretch that way, will resist. That's why I always say, like, whenever people say, like, do not resist, stop resisting, they're fucking lying. Like, that's not a... They might legitimately think the other person is resisting, but, like, that's it. It doesn't matter. Like, of course you're going to resist. Your joints are fucking resisting.
Like a moron. Wait a second. Stop. Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license out of my pocket.
We're getting your security.
Please, wait. No, whoa. Hold on. I'm hyperventilating. Please, sir. I'm
resisting.
I'm not.
Stop resisting.
Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket?
Stop.
I'm begging you. My wife's pregnant. Please. It's right here.
Resist.
Please get it. Wait, sir, help me up. Just hold me up. Sir, I can't do it. Wait. Sir!
Stop resisting now.
Please help me. Sir, please get my
taser.
federal creds.
Get your taser out, Jill.
No, don't do that, please. Sir.
Don't make me tase you. You're going to get tased. Put your right arm behind your back.
Okay.
Put your right arm behind your back.
Help me up.
Now. No.
Help me up.
No, you're going to stay on the ground and put your right arm behind your back.
Let me breathe.
You can breathe just fine.
I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay, here. My God.
Get him cuffed.
It is cuffed. Please stop.
Get him cuffed.
Please stop, sir. Wait a second.
Oh, he busted out the taser, bro. He's tasing him.
Sir, please help me up. Please. I'm a federal agent. My God, my gun, my
You have
pistol.
no idea what you are, acting the way you are.
Sir,
Who the heck do you think you are acting like
nobody. I wanted you to see my goddamn creds. The lady was freaking out, for Christ's sake. Oh. Sir, please. Please. My God. Sir.
Roll over. Sit up.
It's in my goddamn.
Sit
I
up.
showed her my
Sit up.
creds.
Let him sit up.
I showed her my goddamn creds, for Christ's sake. Right there, left pocket. Left pocket, cargo pocket. Please take it out.
Stay. Don't try.
I love this, dude. This is so funny. Motherfucker's getting his ass tased. He's still calling him sir, dude. It's just... Oh my God. Bootlicking is a disease, dude. Holy shit. Why is there a gun laying on the ground? Because he's an ATF agent, bro. What do you mean? It's his gun. Why is he resisting, though? Why isn't he remaining calm and letting the cop do their job? Interesting. Yeah, it almost feels like it's impossible to remain calm in a situation when a fat piece of shit's, 300-pound knee is collapsing your chest, right? It's kind of weird as they pull your arm behind you. Huh.
I get it. I fucking get it.
Then you should have
Why
behaved
would
the
you
way
act the way you did?
They're still yelling at him. They're like, it's your fault we beat the shit out of you.
I wanted you to see my creds, for Christ's sake. My God, I'm here to fucking talk
No,
to
you're the one that's in the wrong.
Sir.
You know if you have interaction with the police, you obey commands.
Sir, I was trying to get
No, you didn't obey any command.
Sir, I'm with you guys, for Christ's sake. I'm a fucking federal agent.
Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's your supervisor's name?
Hang on a second. The SAC is currently John McPherson.
Dude, that's so funny. They're quizzing him. They're still quizzing him. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yo, tase him some more, motherfucker. Come on.
Who's on his way out to retire, who will soon be rolling.
I took the mag out.
My God. This is crazy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
ATF agent's like, this is crazy. I didn't realize police brutality was a real problem. You know what this is? Look, he's like smiling a little bit. You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? This is like when you fucking when you realize you're wrong in the argument, but you don't want to admit it, so you keep like trying to find new ways. Like last week when people were like, Hassan is exploiting his editor, not even my editor, but my producer for his podcast. Like, what a piece of shit. And then my producer came out and was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? It's literally run like a cooperative. I'm getting a third of the entire revenue split amongst me, Will, and Hassan. And then they were like, well, this still says a lot about how Hassan, it still says a lot about Hassan because like we were able to believe this fucking false information. And basically, like, they were still trying to fucking flip it back onto me for some weird reason, even though they were, like, unironically just so horny to fucking cancel me. Yeah. That's what the cops are doing, where they're like, we beat this fucking Fed's ass, so now we have to be like, now we have to act like there was a justifiable reason for this. Are you even an ATF agent? Like, who's your boss?
My God. This is crazy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Stand up. Stand
I'm
up.
not trying to be ashamed of myself.
Come out and see the back of the cruiser.
Let me see
Get in the car.
creds.
Get in the car.
Sir, please.
You gotta see the back of the cruiser.
My God. Sir, I'm just trying to do my
Just
goddamn
get in the
job.
car. Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait.
No.
Hold on, he's holding. I'm locking the door.
Why are they still, like, why is he still handcuffed? I legit don't understand. They looked at his, like, they saw his badge. They looked at his wallet. And he's still currently that's so strange. I'm pretty sure at that point it's like you're kidnapping a federal agent, right? Like you can't I don't think you can do that. Like I don't think that's allowed, you know? I don't.
Relax.
Hold him.
Hey, guys, please. Just talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car.
No,
We'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me show them
Never
to you.
once tried.
I did.
Get in there. Have a seat.
Wait,
Now!
Have a seat.
Please, wait. I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please,
you
sir,
can-
let
you
me
can
breathe.
sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe. I have a medical condition.
We're going to get air tea. Get your legs in.
A lot of the comments are hating on ATF agents. Yeah, because that's the last resort of the libertarian. Like, libertarians are so fucking cucked by the police state, but at least, like, they still hate the ATF, right? And that's it, because they're the bad guys that come after your fucking guns, okay? And the ATF is horrible, by the way. Don't misunderstand me. I mean, god damn, dude. They are pretty fucked up. The #1 dog killers. But having said that, that's the reason why so many of these motherfuckers are probably siding with the cops in this, because they just despise the ATF. It's a way for a libertarian to maintain its like I'm anti-federal agencies attitude while still sucking on the boot of the law.
Get your legs in. We're closing this door.
Sir,
Get your legs in.
9170. We
I
have
need
a
air.
squad rolling. This guy's claiming he's
sir,
having
please,
breathing
call an
problems.
ambulance. I'm asking
I
for
just
an
did.
ambulance.
Got a
2
medic
seconds
coming.
ago.
Get in the car.
So I don't need the medic. The taser didn't bother.
You just said call an ambulance. We don't need a medic?
No, you don't want one.
All the way in the car. Get all the way in.
I can't breathe. Wait, sir.
All the way in. Put your seat all the way in.
No, sir, I'm begging you.
Get all the way in.
Bro, that's so funny. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like, I don't understand how the fuck they continue arresting him. Like, they 100% now know. Why don't you time Fear and for when you're not streaming? What do you mean? Like, releasing it? Because, you know, it's a separate entity? Just watch it later. It's not fucking live, dude. You don't have to, like, immediately watch it. Yeah, like on off days or something. Motherfucker, I don't have off days. What are you talking about? Why are you mad that, like, you're getting extra content, but you're getting it, like, now you have something to watch later at night when I'm not streaming? Anyway, back to this fucking fun shit.
Wait, how did this happen? Okay.
Get in. For crying out loud. You're a cop. You had an ass.
No, wait, I can't. You're fucking my head up. The seatbelt's in place. Please.
Oh, that's so funny.
I didn't ask anything.
You kind of projected mad on that shitter. It was a good question, Law, because it's extra content. And also, I have no other fucking way to release it when I'm not live, because I'm live all the fucking time. That's why I serve you the top of the hour ad break 8 times a fucking day at the top of the hour, because I'm live for 8 hours a day every fucking day. Okay? And 8 times a day, I tell you, you can avoid those ads as long as you subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. You want that juicy, uninterrupted, hog-on-hog action. You can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or you can get gifted a sub. Okay? Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Take 1 day off and everyone thinks you're a 6-day Andy. Ludwig does it after stream and he posts his newest video, but what the fuck, chatter, who has? Well, I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm not on YouTube. Ludwig can raid into a YouTube video of his and pump the numbers, but I can't do that on Twitch.
Please, sir, if you are a real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm trying to give you my creds.
Guns up.
Sir, I'm trying to give you my creds.
Trying to give you my creds.
Sir.
Waiting, wouldn't do anything. I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, they're so winded. I love these bags of potatoes, bro. So incredibly winded from the routine. Wait, Newsmax is blaming the ATF agent? Body cam footage shows why cops must cooperate and communicate. Michael Dorstowitz is like Alan Dershowitz, but oh my God, the Newsmax writers are so funny. They got Callista Gingrich on there. Oh, fuck yes.
Your vehicle. Secure the gun in your vehicle.
Please call my supervisor. Please call John McPherson.
We have our supervisor on the way. We'll let him handle it.
He's pointing his gun through the window? Wait, what? No, he's not. Can he do that? Oh, he was doing that. The cop was doing that. They pull out Air 1 for this? Fuck yeah, dude. You need a helicopter to arrest one ATF agent.
Please call my supervisor, guys.
My sergeant's on the way. He's going to take care of it.
I mean, seriously, guys. Hey, sir. I didn't mean to get you worked up, but
when you get a gun pointed in your face by a cop, you give orders. You don't get to argue. You don't get to argue. You don't get to argue anymore.
I was trying to show you my cred.
You get to do that after you're secured.
Did Tate nuke his own Twitch? Or, oh, it has. He nuked it own. This channel's been closed by the user. Oh, he deleted his own Twitch. He didn't get banned. He deleted his own Twitch. Damn, that's some real bottom G behavior, brother. It's a classic I'm not owned move right there. Oh, more cops. They need backup. They need all the backup they can get on this one, I think. One cooperating federal agent.
Is this guy here outside the whole time?
I think so. We have to get him as a witness.
Yeah. Hey, sir, we're going to need you to hang around for a little bit.
You got everything, right? Thank you. I'm just putting this stuff on your hood.
That's fine.
Whenever the sergeant gets here, we'll call his supervisor.
Look, I'm going to let him handle it. I'm not talking any.
It's just annoying. Dude, you saw how he was. He wouldn't
I know.
lie. No, you never. No.
Don't even argue with him.
It's all on video.
Don't even argue with him. Just let him yell. Just let him yell.
He's a thief. ATF Jamesburg attempted to make contact with a member of Columbus, Ohio community who then called 911. When Columbus PD officers Joseph Kensel arrived, Agent Berg did not comply with their commands. Well, they kind of did. He kind of did. Wait, Agent Burke, who in 2015 was charged with shoplifting wine from a Kroger grocery store, is now suing the officers for excessive force. Bro, dude, cop brain is so fucking it's perma-fried. When you're on that cop brain shit, you literally fucking will pull the arrest records of another guy who's also a cop. Bro, he shoplifted a 5-bottle of wine, bro. He's a criminal, bro. That's crazy.
Please call my supervisor. Please call my supervisor.
Yeah, we're going to use this truck, He's got a medic. He says he got something. He may even really be a police officer. He's got a badge, but he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't get on the ground. I told him over and over to get on the ground. He wouldn't comply with anything. He followed us the whole time.
Sir.
Wouldn't get in the car. If he is a real police officer. No,
I got a little scratch. I'm fine.
no, I do that. Yeah.
All right.
By the way, the truthaboutguns.com is going to definitely take an anti-ATF and pro-police slant in this one. You have to understand, you're probably confused. You're like, why are the fucking right-wing publications like defending the cops in this situation? One, because they love defending the cops, and it's like they're perma-stuck on defending the cops. And two, everybody hates the ATF. You have to remember that, like, right-wingers hate the ATF. Libertarians, it's the last law enforcement agency that libertarians will actually fucking genuinely criticize and shit on. Okay? And he apparently sued them as well, which we'll take a look at in a second.
12 gauge or 20 gauge one shotgun.
Did we get him all a good pat down on him and everything?
Not really,
We got
no.
133 off.
ATF stands for alcohol, tobacco, firearms. They're the guys who like go in and take guns away.
I gave her my name. I gave her my badge number. And when the officer I was taken by surprise. I got out. I went
We get in the car.
Yes, also known as the Fun Police.
I don't have mine. I mean, yeah.
the door knock. I couldn't show him my credits. He's telling me to get on the ground. He's pointing the gun. I'm freaking out because that's not the response.
Yeah, be sure to hydrate, brother. When you let the hogs out into the wild under the hot summer sun and the Columbus, Ohio sun, you gotta make sure you stay hydrated as you arrest other law enforcement agencies.
Which car did he come in?
Right there. Right there.
Did you run that tab? What you got?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't see one black Kia.
Do you have your computer up? If not, I'll do it on leave.
Henry?
Yeah. He's going to run on mine. He's just going to use my computer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna actually watch this video now.
Who and what and the right. Before we dive into the interaction, I want to give a big thanks to the sponsor of this episode. That thanks to so many devices, Shark is offering 30-day money not permit Surfshark for sponsoring this episode. On July 7th, 2020, ATF agent James Burke went to a home in Columbus, Ohio to retrieve a weapon from an individual who was not permitted to have a firearm. Agent Burke knocked on the door, but the individual inside the home refused to open it and called 911 instead. Despite the fact that the caller read the dispatcher Agent Burke's badge number, officers Joseph Fahey and Kevin Winchell of the Columbus Division of Police were dispatched to investigate the situation as an attempted break-in.
Hey, turn around. Let me see your hands. Turn around. Let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see.
Said, I'm a federal fucking agent. That's it. That's the first thing he said, okay? Like immediately. He's like, I'm a federal fucking agent.
Some ID. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
Why? Why is your gun out? Why is that the first thing? Like, why is that the first reaction, bro? Like, no normal human being should look at this and go, wow, that's great. That's fun. Like, he's already pulled out the 9, dude. What the fuck?
Now. Get on the ground.
What's your deal?
Get on the ground now.
I'm a federal agent.
9171-103.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground. I'm a federal agent.
Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
Wait, what do you mean? Why won't you show me your ID when I got here? You think it'd be better if he reached, dude? You're already fucking, you pulled it out. Got all the conflicting instructions too, both asking for ID and telling him to show his hands so he could stay. He was not complying either way. Yeah, exactly.
You didn't ask for it.
He is at 335.
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out.
On that 10-8.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is?
Listen, I'm not getting on.
I have no problem making this.
I just want to see if anybody from 3 Precinct can respond.
There's no problem making this deadly.
You're the one overreacting.
I'm not overreacting. We got a call that someone's impersonating a police.
I'm not overreacting. Brother, you have a gun trained on him. Every single situation where your gun is out, where your service weapon is aimed at a human being, is an instance where you're most likely overreacting. Unless it's one of like the very few instances where it is reasonable, you know, viable, where like someone else also has a gun trained on you. You know what I mean? That's the only instance where it's like it's you're not overreacting.
Police officer out here doesn't have ID.
Wow, that's such a bullshit take. Wait, what? You really think cops should just pull out the gun? Do you not understand that that is like absolutely an escalation?
No kidding, because she doesn't want to open it.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
It ain't happening.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Although Agent Burke repeatedly states that he is a federal agent, Officer Fahey continues to order him to get on the ground. While the interplay between the jurisdiction and authority of federal and local law enforcement agencies is complicated, in general, local law enforcement has the authority to issue lawful orders to federal agents when necessary to complete their duties. In the U.S., the authority of state, county, and local police departments is established by what is known as territorial jurisdiction. This means that, in most situations, a local police officer only has the authority to enforce criminal laws within their own city. But as long as they are within their jurisdiction, they can enforce every type of criminal law. For example, Section 737.11 of the Ohio Revised Code, which would apply to Officer Fahey, states that municipal police officers have the authority to enforce all municipal ordinances, as well as, quote, all criminal laws of the state and the United States. Federal law enforcement agencies, on the other hand, have jurisdiction throughout the United States, but they typically do not have a general grant of authority to enforce all laws. Rather, federal law enforcement agencies are granted authority by Congress through the United States Code, and most are limited to investigating matters that are within federal jurisdiction. While states have a general police power to pass laws for the welfare of their people, the federal government can only create laws regarding certain subjects that are listed in the Constitution, such as regulating interstate commerce and providing for the punishment of counterfeiting money. These powers are often referred to as the enumerated powers of the federal government.
How do you know that was their first interaction? Wait, what? Bro, they fucking called. It was a break-in. They they're coming onto the scene because someone called in a break-in. Okay, ATF guy is sussy because they are ATF. Goes up to some random fucking house and says like they are with the Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms Agency. He's a federal agent and he's asking questions about whether or not they have guns in the house. Okay, which is that's inappropriate, and I do agree. Fuck the ATF, right? But what you're there's no reason to create other narratives here.
Government. Therefore, both Agent Burke and Officer Fahey were operating within their jurisdiction throughout this incident. But without more information about the underlying situation, it is unclear whether a court would conclude that Officer Fahey's commands constituted lawful orders.
Do you think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground! I'm not getting on the ground.
Chopper things.
I'm not getting
91.7, I'm pulling up.
I got my ID. Do not reach for your waist. Keep your hands up.
Dude, why would I have an old lady?
Get your hands up.
Sir! Don't hurt you. Face down, on the ground. Face down now! Face down!
You guys are making a big mistake.
You are making a mistake. Settle down. Face down now. All the way down. All the way.
Once Officer Winchell arrives on the scene, Agent Burke decides to comply with the commands of the officers and gets on the ground. While attempting to place Agent Burke into handcuffs, Officer Fahey deploys his taser, and after being stunned, Agent Burke surrenders to the officers.
Sir, I'm just trying to do my job. Just get in the car. Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait.
No, you knew what you were doing.
Sir, calm down.
Relax.
Sir, hey, guys, please, just talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car.
No,
we'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me show them to you.
You never once tried.
I did.
Get in the car.
Wait.
Now!
Have a seat. Please, wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
please,
you
sir,
can,
let
you
me
can
breathe.
sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe. I have a medical condition.
We're gonna get air to you. Get
No,
your legs
no.
in. Get your
Sir.
legs in. We're closing this door.
Sir,
Get your legs in.
I need air. Sir, please, call an ambulance. I'm asking for an
We
ambulance.
got a medic coming. Get in the car.
Sir, I don't need the medic. The taser didn't bother me.
You just said call an ambulance. We don't need
Yeah, now you don't want one. Get in the car.
in the car. Get all the way.
You're giving us conflicting orders. Get in the fucking car. That's all.
I can't breathe.
I'll go around.
Wait, sir.
I gotta pee. I'll be back. Hold on.
Yeah, if you got Dublin cars close, keep them.
The officers attempt to place Agent Burke into their patrol vehicle, but he verbally and physically resists, prompting the officers to force him into the back of the cruiser.
Please, sir.
If you are a real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of
I
yourself.
was trying to give you my creds.
We got him in the car. He might even be a real cop, but he wouldn't tell us, wouldn't do anything, wouldn't get on the ground. I mean, what the heck?
The cruiser will go ahead and clear.
You bet.
I don't believe they're looking for anybody else.
We had to taser him, so we got a medic coming.
Yeah, we canceled our units and now we heard you guys marked up again.
Well, that's what we thought, but then he wouldn't get in the car.
Trying to get in on his house.
If he is an actual police officer, he ought to be ashamed of himself.
I'm not. I'm trying to
You're not. You're right. You're not.
give my creds.
Yeah. No, you screwed up, you bet. First thing he should have had his badges out when I got here. Wouldn't get on the ground, wouldn't comply with anything. Whenever the sergeant gets here, we'll call his supervisor.
I'm not letting him handle. I'm not
Yep,
looking at him.
at this point. Dude, you saw how he was. He wouldn't comply. No, you never, no. It's all on video.
Don't even argue with him. Just let him yell.
Yeah, we had to use the taser, just a drive stun.
Okay.
But he's got a medic. He says he's got some condition. He may even really be a police officer. He's got a badge, but he wouldn't do anything, wouldn't get on the ground. I told him over and over to get on the ground. He wouldn't comply with anything. We had to tase him. He fought with us the whole time. Wouldn't get in the car. If he is a real police officer.
Or anything?
No, we're not.
Okay. Okay.
No, I do got him. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So his supervisor is going to need to come to scene. After the way he acted, it's all on video.
He's got a good-looking badge. He's got a good-looking badge.
He very well may be. But you know what? When a Columbus police officer, yeah.
Buddy, you're good. Don't worry about it.
I know. He remarkably, he said over and over, I'm not getting on the ground. I will not. I'm like, okay.
Okay, then it's okay then. Never mind. Yeah, it's solved. Magic. Magical words.
I said, you obviously don't know what's going on then. If he's here to work a warrant by himself, there's something strange about that too.
warrant. He said something about a guy info her wife, her husband bought a shotgun or something. He was here to follow up on some shotgun purchase.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's an N58 or CP, I don't know.
Who knows?
Here, the Columbus officers remark that Agent Burke was allegedly at the location to follow up on the purchase of a shotgun, which is a common task for an ATF agent. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, known as the ATF for short, is a law enforcement agency within the Department of Justice that, according to Section 599A of Title 28 of the U.S. Code, is responsible for investigating, quote, criminal and regulatory violations of the federal firearms, explosives, arson, alcohol, and tobacco smuggling laws. Under Section 3051 of Title 18 of the U.S. Code, ATF agents have the authority to, quote, make seizures of property subject to forfeiture to the United States, which, according to Section 924 of Title 18 of the U.S. Code, includes illegally possessed firearms. In fact, as the Wall Street Journal reported in 2019, ATF agents are regularly involved in retrieving weapons from individuals who were sold firearms when they should have not been permitted to purchase one due to their background check. These delayed denials occur when, because of backlogs in the federal background check system, individuals are sold firearms before their background check is completed, as the sale is legally permitted to proceed after 3 business days, even if the check is not finished. If the FBI, which performs the background checks, determines that an individual should not have been sold a firearm once the check is completed, the delayed denial is referred to the ATF to track down and seize the weapon. In 2017 alone, the ATF was responsible for handling about 6,000 of these seizures, and a delayed denial is only one of the reasons that an ATF agent can confiscate weapons. While it is uncertain whether Agent Burke was pursuing a delayed denial or was following up on another firearm issue, it is clear that Agent Burke was performing a routine duty in his role as an ATF special agent.
Are you guys the ones that originally called?
Yes.
Okay. What did he say to you when he was talking to you?
I have to open the door because he's a police. I tell him I can't open the door because my husband...
Our officers on the edge, bro. We were finally able to get
he said, you have to open the door. I tell him, I'm sorry, I can't. Stay with my kids. My kids start crying because they're afraid. And
Okay.
I tell him,
Did he ever try to? Did he ever?
So now I'm thinking, why doesn't the ATF arrive at the house with the local police to confiscate a weapon? Well, that is because the ATF itself can act like the primary agent responsible in that situation. You don't have to do that. Oh, for the record, remember, that's why I'm saying, like, the ATF is also, there are also cops, and they are also shit, for the record. So, you know, they are just the federal cops, and they are shitty in the situation. They're probably fucking harassing this family and shit, too.
Try and break the door or anything like that?
Yes, he is still knock and he say, I will stay here until evening if you don't open the door because you are liar.
Okay. Very good. There's a chance the sergeant might want to talk to you, so thank you very much. Okay, good. Thanks, Dee.
The complainant essentially admits to the Columbus officers that she refused to open the door for Agent Burke despite the fact that she was informed that he was a federal officer. In general, citizens are under no obligation to open their doors to members of law enforcement.
What is this cop fucking B-roll, dude? This is pretty funny.
Without a warrant, and this remains true in
every cop is shitty. Hassan a clown, bro. Oh my lord, why are you so fucking bent, dude? We can't even watch police officers literally fucking other cops over and behaving in an animalistic capacity without some fucking fragile little butthurt bitch boy freaking out in the fucking chat. Suck my dick, dude. Yeah, I know Trump is representing himself. Okay, content. I know content. I know. We'll get to it.
This situation. Although Agent Burke was at the home to retrieve a shotgun from a citizen who was not legally allowed to own a firearm, it is likely that a court would conclude that the citizen did not have to open the door or surrender the firearm if Agent Burke did not have a warrant. In the 1958 case of Jones versus United States, the Supreme Court explained that, quote, it is settled doctrine that probable cause for belief that certain articles subject to seizure are in a dwelling cannot of itself justify a search without a warrant. Were federal officers free to search without a warrant merely upon probable cause to believe that certain articles were within a home, the provisions of the Fourth Amendment would become empty phrases, and the protection it affords largely nullified. Similarly, in the 1980 case of Payton versus New York, the Supreme Court stated that, quote, it is a basic principle of Fourth Amendment law that searches and seizures inside a home without a warrant are presumptively unreasonable. Absent exigent circumstances, a warrantless entry to search for weapons or contraband is unconstitutional, even when a felony has been committed and there is probable cause to believe that incriminating incriminating evidence will be found within. While it is certainly possible that in some situations exigent circumstances to enter a home and seize an illegal firearm without a warrant may exist, there did not appear to be any such emergency in this situation. Assuming that Agent Burke was not executing a warrant, the complainant was most likely within her rights to refuse to answer the door for Agent Burke.
What's he got?
Body armor.
Hey, there's a chance he may even be legit. Who knows?
But she said he grabbed the handle and tried to push it open.
Yeah, they said we put it as an 8 that he's trying to break in.
Well, no,
That's
she
why I
said
thought he's working the
forcibly
58 by
grabbed the
himself.
channel.
Yeah.
After holding Agent Burke for about an hour, the officers released him without charges. On December 4th, 2020, Agent Burke filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Columbus, Officer Fahey, and Officer Winchell, alleging that, among other violations, Officers Fahey and Winchell used excessive force during the incident. According to the complaint, Agent Burke was transferred to an administrative support role within ATF after the incident because of the injuries he suffered. As of the date of this episode, the lawsuit is still pending. Overall, Agent Burke gets a C- because although he was likely acting within his lawful authority when the Columbus officers arrived on the scene, he refused to obey what were likely lawful orders from the officers, physically and verbally resisted the officers.
Oh my God, the audit. What fucking channel is this? I thought these guys were like libertarians.
And maintain.
I swear to God, that like 90% of their resentment, even with libertarians, is still like their resentment plays a larger role in this situation.
Unprofessional and
audit the audit is Blue Lives Matter? Wait, why would they do an audit the audit? Wait, this is XQC's content? XQC looks at audit the audit? What the fuck? This is my content, motherfucker. I think you guys are... Doesn't he just watch live PD? Wait, really? Bro... No shot. Wait, that's kind of cool. That I did not know that, but that is pretty dope that he like watches bad police interactions regularly in front of like 70,000 fucking little juiceronis, you know? Oh my God! He does, but he has bad takes? Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen.
Condescending demeanor throughout the encounter. While it is clear from the video footage that Agent Burke informed the Columbus officers that he was a federal agent on multiple occasions, that statement alone does not override the officers' authority to order him to the ground until they can secure the scene. Agent Burke was armed at the time of the encounter, and it could certainly be argued that the Columbus officers just wanted to disarm him in case he was, in fact, pretending to be a federal agent. If Agent Burke had politely complied with the orders of the officers, instead of blatantly refusing to get on the ground, then this interaction may have had a much different outcome. All that said, there is no denying that at least some degree of negligence took place from the Columbus officers' conduct, but Agent Burke may have had a much stronger case against them if he had been more willing to cooperate with their commands. I commend the agent for following up this interaction with the proper legal actions, but I would caution him to consider the notion that federal law enforcement authority does not trump state law enforcement authority in future encounters. The Columbus officers get an F for approaching the scene with their weapons drawn despite no immediate threat being present, neglecting to consider the facts of the encounter in an effort to gain control of the situation, and for failing to conduct a legitimate investigation into Agent Burke's identity before deciding to place him under arrest. Although the legality of the Columbus officers' commands is difficult to question, the logic behind issuing...
I mean, yeah, that's... Okay, never mind. I mean, he gave him an F, so that's like... It is pretty bad, though. I mean, this is like... pretty out there, right? At least they didn't kill him.
Issuing those commands is even more difficult to understand. Agent Burke's lawsuit against the officers claims that the woman who called the Columbus officers to the scene provided dispatch with the agent's name and badge number, and given that Agent Burke wasn't making any threatening gestures or statements when the officers arrived on the scene, it's extremely tough to comprehend why the officers responded to the call by immediately shouting commands with their weapons drawn. The Columbus officers also refused to allow Agent Burke to provide his credentials to them on multiple occasions, and seemed to display a complete disregard disregard for the fact that Agent Burke was an ATF agent, as mentioned before. There is an argument to be made that the Columbus officers were within their authority to secure Agent Burke's firearm before investigating further. However, no practical threat existed when the officers arrived on the scene, and at no point did Agent Burke do anything to suggest that he was anything less than a federal agent attempting to carry out his duties. If the Columbus officers had merely taken the time to figure out what was going on before deciding to resort to physical force, then this interaction would likely have had a much more positive outcome. This encounter highlights the importance of de-escalation and investigation, and it will certainly be interesting to see how Agent Burke's loss.
Yeah, notice, dude, every cop looks the same. Every cop looks the same, including the lady cop.
Lawsuit fares in the courtroom. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my second.
Yeah, a lot of what they do, this encounter is every encounter with the police. Yeah, most encounters with the police are probably F. Like, most encounters with the police probably earn them a nice, fat little F. But we have some other police encounters that I wanted to look at. Here it is. Officer Oscar Mayorga blew a .391 and had an open container of alcohol in a squad car. He is now on paid leave pending an internal investigation.
Name,
I mean, you got to respect them, though. Like, these guys are like, listen. What are they investigating? How cool he is? Is that what it is?
Officer Mayorga.
Officer Oscar Mayorga found himself sitting in the back of a patrol car.
By the way, .08 is the legal limit. .08 is the legal limit. My man was on .39. That's at least 4 times the legal limit. So almost 5. Pretty much almost 5 times the legal limit, just for the record. Like, yeah, let's round up. It's 5 times the legal limit.
Accused of driving under the influence. Eustis police pulled him over in his squad car July 4th.
There is an open container of alcohol in your vehicle.
Sir, I'm a patriotic American, okay? It's the 4th of July. You really think I'm not going to celebrate by fucking drinking one and driving? This is what our founding fathers intended.
Mayorga is a 5-year veteran with the Apopka Police Department. He was on the way to his shift when an alert citizen snapped this cell phone video.
There's definitely something wrong with this guy.
He reported the patrol car driving recklessly, even running stop signs.
He appears to be highly intoxicated.
Body camera video shows Mayorga almost fall during questioning. At first, the officer denied he had anything to drink.
In our profession, you know it's best
You should have just said the magic words. I was in the presence of fentanyl, sir.
to be honest, right?
He later agreed to give 2 breath samples. He was arrested after blowing a .391 and .385, nearly 5 times the legal limit to drive.
So can you just put your hands on the roof for me?
Mayorga is on paid leave this morning.
Cops be like, it's qualified immunity. Driving drunk is my right, is my responsibility, is what I need to do, what I must do, sir.
Pending the outcome of an internal investigation.
They gave him paid leave, dude. That's awesome. That's fucking fire. Yeah, he's like, hey, we're going to put you on paid leave so you can continue drinking and driving. Speaking of drinking and driving and cops, here is another one, another wonderful story of drunk driving cops. An off-duty officer refused a breath test after fracturing a toddler's skull in a rear-end crash. Let's take a look. He's in his pickup truck. He rear ends a fucking family car. There's a toddler in the car. His skull is fractured. Cops end up, listen, you know what they do? He disposed of evidence too, by the way. Suffolk police shielded an off-duty officer from alcohol testing after he crashed a pickup truck in the back of a car at an estimated speed of more than 50 miles per hour, fracturing the skull of a 2-year-old boy and causing lasting injuries on this Newsday investigation is determined. So he fucking rammed his 4,500-pound Ram truck into a 2,000-pound Mitsubishi subcompact, okay? A witness reported to police that Mascarella had driven erratically for approximately a mile and a half before the collision. The Mitsubishi driver, Kevin Kavouris, had slowed to make a left turn. His two sons, Bastian, then 4, and Rorden, then 2, were buckled in the car seats. Mascarella were multiple cars lengths behind them. The police accident report and crime scene diagram reflected no evidence that he braked after the pickup slammed into the Mitsubishi. Security cameras at 4 businesses along Middle Country Road recorded the moments immediately before the crash, the impact and rescue efforts, and the actions of Mascarella and the police officers after he drove away from the scene and into the parking area of a car dealership 400 feet down the road. The Suffolk County Police Department gave the video recordings to a Kavouris family attorney in response to a FOIA request. They were on discs in formats that were not readily viewable. Newsday made the recordings playable for the family. Kavouris and his wife provided the videos of the police, provided the videos and police records to Newsday's Inside Internal Affairs Project after being contacted about the case. Oh, you want to know what the cops did, by the way? I mean, spoiler alert. He drove off. Okay? He fucking drove off. The cops actually tested the father for his blood alcohol content. Oh, yeah. First, for the record, a rear-end collision like that, in like 99.9% of cases, is an 8 out of 8. It is completely your fault. Okay? Completely your fault. Like, if you rear-end someone, okay, it is in almost all circumstances your fault. Okay? The party that is rear-ending the other person. Like, literally. That's just, you're not getting any insurance payout. Like, you're fucked. So, here's some of the things that happened. Sergeant Lawrence McQuaid and precinct officers failed at the scene to ask Mascarella to submit a breath test that would have provided a preliminary reading of whether he was intoxicated. So they didn't ask him. After the detective told McQuaid that he wanted Mascarella to undergo a preliminary breath test, McQuaid notified a Suffolk County Police Benevolent Association delegate, immediately went after the fucking union, and got a union rep to defend him. The delegate then drove Mascarella away from the investigators. That is illegal. Like, that is literally obstructing justice. You are straight up using the police union to stop an active investigation at that point. You're evading the law. You're evading authorities. Okay? Ordered to catch up with Mascarella, 4th Precinct Officer Kevin Wustenhoff falsely reported to a supervisor that he had given Mascarella the breath test and that Mascarella had passed it, according to a law enforcement source with knowledge of the case. Wustenhoff retracted the account, the source said. Oh, he did a oopsie by fucking lying. 3 hours after the crash, Deputy Inspector Mark Fisher asked Mascarella to take the breath test. Mascarella still refused. When a driver refuses a preliminary breath test, police typically seek a warrant to have the driver's blood drawn and tested for alcohol. That varies state by state, by the way. Fisher only issued a traffic ticket to Mascarella. Police failed to notify the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office on the night of the crash that an officer had been involved in an unexplained, high-speed rear-end crash, had seriously injured a 2-year-old, and had refused the breath test. The omission prevented the DA from considering whether to seek a warrant to test Mascarella's blood. At that point, you're not going to get anything, by the way, because he's fucking sobered up. Although 5 officers wrote reports stating that they saw no evidence that Mascarella was intoxicated, prosecutors under the then DA, Tim Sini, subsequently investigated the crash with an eye towards charging Mascarella with vehicular assault. Lacking a blood test that would have revealed whether Mascarella was intoxicated, they closed the investigation without action. The failure to get a prompt chemical test handcuffed the prosecutors, Powers said. At that point, the prosecutor's coming up on the barn with the door open, and there's no animals in the barn. It's a day late. Yeah. So, know that. Newsday sought comment from the former DA Cini, his successor Ray Turney, and Police Commissioner Rodney K. Harrison and Mascarella's lawyer William Petrillo. They responded that the investigation handled by the police in the crucial hours after the collision failed to produce the evidence necessary to determine whether Mascarella had been drinking. Even if the cop wasn't drunk, he's still liable for the harms and damages. What the fuck? Pay the family? Yeah. The cop in the truck immediately following the accident makes a phone call to the police union public relations officer. This is mentioned in the article. I know, I read it. It doesn't end there. The fucking police union come in and extract him. My man. They literally immediately drive him away from the scene of the crime. Like allowing him to sober up. I fucking hate this, dude. And then motherfuckers are like, bro, what do you mean? Cops are so good. They're so fucking good. Yeah, they're good at covering up their own crimes. That's what they're fucking good at. Wait, if they didn't test him, how did they know exactly how much over the legal limit he was? No, I showed you another instance where another cop went on paid leave for being 5 times over the legal limit, drunk driving, in his fucking cop car on 4th of July. That's a different story. This one is a different story than that one. But is this surprising to you? Of course not. Of course not. Of course it's not surprising to me. Why would they? No, he was never tested. Also, remember, you can't test someone for blood alcohol content. You can't test someone for blood alcohol content many hours after many hours after the fucking crash. You know what I mean? The kid survived, luckily, but his skull was fractured. Union can help off-duty cops? Hell yeah, brother. What do you mean? The union can do whatever it wants. It's like a little fucking fiefdom, dude. They control everything. Brother, in the New York state, inside of New York, we're talking Manhattan, okay? We're talking about the New York Police Department. The Sergeant Benevolence Association, one, doxed Bill de Blasio's child, okay? Like, just straight up doxed them. Misgendered them as well. I think one of Bill de Blasio's kids is trans. Literally fucking made a threat out to his life. Like, they said, Bill de Blasio, do not show up at police funerals. You know, you're going to get what's coming. Like, the level of freedom that cops have in New York is unimaginable. Okay? Check out this insane solution to school systems. What? School shootings? No, I don't want to look at that. Whew. The kid had to learn how to walk again at age 4? Jesus Christ. Worse than the LAPD gangs? Man, the police are a gang everywhere. By the way, Petrillo asserted that the district attorney's investigation correctly concluded that no crime was committed in a fucking like attempted murder, vehicular manslaughter, hit and run. He stated that alcohol was not a factor in the crash and that added that the doctor and physician assistant at the hospital, along with a witness at the crash site, and officers reported to seeing no signs of alcohol consumption or impairment. Yeah, the video itself was a lie, I guess, what we watched. That's so good. Newsday informed Kavouris about his findings and enabled him for the first time to watch the 4 security camera videos. Those captured events from the moments before the collision through Mascarella's departure with the PBA delegate, and including the evidence that Mascarella threw an object from the Rams window seconds after the crash. Kavouris said he had not known about investigations by the Suffolk's Internal Affairs Unit and District Attorney's Office before being informed by Newsday. He said he also knew nothing about Wustenhoff's reported role. They didn't even let him know that all this shit happened. If this shit happened in France, there would be riots everywhere, and I talk as a French. Yeah, well, I mean, French people riot over fucking, stale croissant, which is good. I'm not even saying that that's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing that they do that. Here's an article showing how much the Suffolk police make. They are, of course, much like many other places, the highest paid county employees. Oftentimes, the highest paid public servant is the football coach of your state, your state school football team. And then immediately after that, the average highest compensation you get for public servants and the county employees is usually cops. So that's really fun. Yeah. Which is so American when you think about it. Just so incredibly American.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What? Why would I ever watch this, bro? Why would I ever watch that video? It's got 20 fucking views, you dumb idiot. Are you a fan of this dude? Are you trying to get like... Oh, this guy's like actually an op. Okay, never mind. Let's just untime them out and then ban them. Got it. Motherfucker came in here and was like, yo, look at this guy talking about you, dude. They're so cringe. Like, come on, check this out. And it's got like 20 fucking views. Okay. No, I'm good, man. Thanks. Wake Up Hassan canceled again?
If you're a man holding hands with another man and you see Hassan Piker, stop holding hands.
Thanks, chatter. Now you gave ammunition to all my fucking enemies, okay? Where the fuck is Prezzo? He was in here earlier this morning. I've actually never seen a fucking tweet where like someone says that I hate crime them and there's like 60,000 likes on it and only like 3 people took it seriously, which is kind of funny. Like that is kind of wild. For those of you who don't know, this is Prezzo. He edits for The Cold Ones. He's a Hasanabi head. And he posted... He, after face planting, okay, trigger warning, there's a little bit of blood, but not enough to like TOS. After face planting, after a night of drinking too much, okay, and losing his AirPods or whatever, he decided to take advantage of that situation because never let a good, never let a good wipe go to waste. Do not tell Hassan Piker you're gay. It got 67,000 likes. And I've actually never seen a fucking tweet with like mostly people getting the joke. Also, Hasanabi Updates literally fucking posted that link, which doesn't show anything, but I'm just going to skip it regardless. Most of the jokes, most of the thing that it reached out to, most of this propaganda outreach, luckily was received by, the joke is not so subtle though, No, I mean, it is subtle. It's such an extreme exaggeration that, like, yes, people understand it. You're 2 years and a couple good memes away from being able to do anything you want on 821 and everyone not canceling you because they think it's a joke. I don't think it's funny. You seem to have actually hurt that man. Yes. The caption wouldn't have been written like that if it was serious. I know. I know. I'm just saying that it is kind of funny that he posted this. It got 67,000 likes, and almost everyone universally understood that it was a joke. Because it's Prezzo? Yeah, but like, are you kidding me? It's Twitter. Let's say someone else said that to you who had a larger viewer base. How do you handle slander? What? People do that shit to me all the time, brother. It is actually remarkable, though. It is actually remarkable that someone could make such a joke like this, especially about a person like myself, and it would be understood as a joke. Like that guy that said you beat him up at Rutgers, Lamont? No, that guy was schizophrenic, Vorlo. What the fuck is wrong with you? That was a literal schizophrenic person who openly stated that they were off their medication. Why would you even bring that up? Classic fucking Vorlo. Trying to take over Megaphonics' place in the community. Anyway. You just beat people up because they're off their meds, bro. Okay, stop. Here, take a day off. Okay. Let's be honest. Everyone on Twitter is basically off their meds. True. Discord kittens out here getting that bag. What the fuck? What? That's insane, dude. E-dating prices. Sleep call, 10 minutes, $20. 10 plus hours, $300. Text, good morning. Night text, $4.99 per day. I love you, $4.99. Per message, I love you with a chosen pet name, $9.99. Per message, pet names pack. Regular texting with additional pet names of your choice, $69.99. Status, putting you in my status, $34.99. Putting you in my status with a pet name in front of your name, $49.99. Matching PFPs, 10 minutes of matching PFP. Wait, what the fuck? Why would anybody get 10 minutes of matching PFPs? God damn it, dude. We're so fucked. We are so fucked. Bro, just hire a sex worker? Yeah, no, literally. Like, at least hire a sex worker. Like, have real human contact. Holy shit. I mean, they're not going to be this cheap, but still. I paid for the I love you text and got texted, lol, Sag. Okay, shut up. Kate really did a whole MLM when he could have just done this? Yeah. I mean, he did do this. He did this like very successfully, actually. It's about the Discord kitten experience. I don't understand it at all. It's very weird. 1 to 2 hours of matching PFP is $49.99. What the fuck? We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it, boys. It's over. It's done. It's done. It's so done. It's so done. They want to screenshot it so they can be like, "This is my Twitter girlfriend. She lives in Canada." Where do I donate for the good morning and good night text? You don't. Shit like this makes.
Whatever you say, moving. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Yes, we're moving on from that. We are so moving on from that. Where is it? Okay, we're going to talk about... First, I'm going to run this real quick.
Will the globalists take the life of your children? It's very likely. If you're Dutch, ask yourself, why? I have a message for birds. Stop flying. If you dare, I'll splash you with icy and salty slush as I drive by in my Ford Bronco SUV. Existing is pain, don't you think? Gamers are rising up, as they should. The planet will descend into chaos. This will devastate Australia. Emergency! We have...
Can one of the mods update the podcast command? There's a new episode out, by the way.
To make everyone poorer now. I should have all the money. Critics of my view will say, if we make the poor poorer, life will be more difficult and less rewarding. This would be good. How do we know? Delusional thinking. Did you watch the Better Call Saul finale? That was something. Here is the confession. I killed 40 hookers in May of this year alone. Really? Will the globalists take the life of your children?
Real. He said that. He said all of that, dude. Okay. Before we move on, Alexander Dugin, we were supposed to talk about that. He is a Russian nationalist. People say that he is like the mastermind behind like Russian nationalism. He's an ultra nationalist. He's Alexander Dugin, your mom. Okay, well, anyway, his daughter is a journalist, but also a key ally to Vladimir Putin. And
now to the late.
And goes around, comes around. Alexander Dugin, or at least Alexander Dugin's daughter, after leaving an event with Alexander Dugin, left in separate cars, and Alexander Dugin's daughter was killed in an assassination attempt. It's called blowback. That's, of course, what happens when you invade another country. If you engage in irredentist acts of violence against a neighboring state, you are going to receive blowback like this. Let's take a look at the
latest on the war in Ukraine. President Zelensky warning that Russia might try something, quote, particularly nasty this week ahead of Ukraine's Independence Day. And we're learning more about that car bomb.
Typical Hassan, always backpedaling. What?
That killed the daughter of a Putin ally. Britt Clinton is in Ukraine for us this morning. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, new details in that suspicious car explosion near Moscow that killed the daughter of a man described as Putin's brain. Now, Russia saying the bomb was triggered remotely. This morning, video on Russian television.
Bro, that's not an attempt. They don't succeeded. No, I think, well, my speculation is they wanted to kill Alexander Dugin. His daughter and himself left the event, left an event together, but in separate cars. They were at the event together. And then they got the wrong car.
And shows the aftermath of an explosion, a car seen engulfed in flames. New details emerge on the suspected car bomb that killed the daughter of a key Putin ally.
Also, she was not a good person either. I'm just saying that I think the main target was the father because he is known as, like, you know, Putin's closest ally and or not closest ally, but like someone that Putin looks up to.
The victim, 29-year-old Daria Dugina, daughter of Alexander Dugin, an ultra-nationalist political philosopher and staunch supporter of the war in Ukraine, often referred to as Putin's brain. Russian television showing what appears to be her father standing in the debris, holding his head in shock moments after the detonation. According to Russian state media...
Bro, Western media is so fucking brutal. That level of carnage is only shown if the victims are brown. Like, they'll show like a dead brown body, you know, on a river somewhere with, like, you know, a father and a daughter or whatever the fuck. You never see that for white people unless they are an enemy of the state. You know what I mean? Straight up. That is a wild thing to show. That is a wild thing to show on fucking television, dude. That's crazy.
Dugina was driving home from a forum, attended with her father outside of Moscow. The vehicle belonged to Dugin. Russia now saying they were meant to leave the event together, but Daria chose to drive alone. Russian authorities claim a bomb planted under the bottom of Dugina's car on the driver's side was triggered remotely and allege Ukraine may be responsible without any evidence. Ukraine denying any involvement in the incident, and a top aide to Ukrainian President Zelensky saying the Kremlin wants to use the killing to increase ideological pressure.
Bullshit, by the way. He was not Putin's brain or anything. He was a famous fascist philosopher who criticized Putin a lot. Didn't like him much, but he did approve of Georgia and Ukraine invasions. I mean, he's an ultra-nationalist, and you know, Putin has a lot of ultra-nationalist tendencies as well, so it's not all that fucking crazy that people say that, like, Putin got a lot from Dugin. Or, you know, he cared about his perspective. But I can understand why Western media would, like, exaggerate Dugin's involvement when it does seem like Putin himself is just, like, plenty fucking brain broken about Russian ultranationalism. Yeah.
On the Russian people. This as Ukraine is already on heightened alert. Just days away from their Independence Day, President Zelensky warning of a potential escalation. Saying, we should be aware that this week Russia may try to do something particularly nasty, something particularly cruel. Such is our enemy.
I feel, from what I understand, Dugin is like a better read Steve Bannon. His influence is greatly overstated. By people who already have, like, shared perspective on matters that they're talking about. Because, like, Steve Bannon is not, like, the key mastermind behind fucking the Trump administration's rise to power. You know what I mean? But, like, media will make it seem like that because it's, like, a sexy story. Steve Bannon himself also likes to make it seem as though that is the case because that helps Steve Bannon's personal clout. I could see an identical parallel here to someone like Dugin, which, of course, Dugin himself, from what I understand, has like a more cohesive ideology other than just like you know, boilerplate white supremacist movements that Steve Bannon has talked about. I guess Steve Bannon has an ideology too. His ideology is more MCU though, like, you know what I mean? Steve Bannon's like worldview is written like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, where there is like a constant war between evil and good, godlessness and godly forces, Christianity being the godly forces, and godlessness being like Islam, Jews, and the like. So Whereas Dugan seems to have more, I guess, I can't say well-rounded, but grounded within its own, worldview. It's like more coherent. Did his daughter share his views? Yes.
While Wednesday marks Independence Day, it also happens to be exactly 6 months to the day since Russia invaded Ukraine. Gatherings are banned here, and state employees have been told to stay away from central Kyiv as a precaution.
Hi, everyone. George W.
Well developed. Yes. Well developed. Dugan is a piece of shit. In the East, we say that is a close friend of Putin because Dugan was anti-communist. When Putin assumes to call Dugan to reform the Communist Russian Federal Party. Dugan just invented Eurasianism, saying that Russia's identity is a separate of that form, the West, given the Christian Orthodox characteristics of Russia. And yes, he's just a dude who wrote stuff Putin liked, and that's about it. Yeah. Dugan is more of a fascist philosopher and Jordan Peterson-like character than a political actor like Bannon. Yeah, I was just referencing, like, I think his own self-importance. My man, you're getting clapped because Fossabot is clapping you because you need to subscribe to post the link. What? Man's abortion, apology, Armenian genocide. What the fuck? Are those my commands? What the fuck? What is the apology one? Sounds overdue apology. Here's my apology. Are you ready for this? Suck my entire cock. Let's keep going. Here. That's awesome. Classic. You know, well, if you're born to like a Russian ultranationalist fascist and you believe in those ideas and you hang out with that a lot, you're not going to be able to avoid a car bomb. But you can avoid the top of the hour ad break. At the top of every hour, there's a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free. That's right. You can also avoid those ads by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, you can make your own luck, like I said, by subscribing for free with a Twitch Prime. Twitch Primes are free. Here is the 1-minute ad break now. Blammo. Frank Zappa looking motherfucker. Okay, bro. An IRA approved segue. Oh, here. One last thing that we were going to do about anti-police agitprop. Here it is. This is an older video, I'm pretty sure, but here, it's still fun to watch. You know, just how awful cops can be. They're stopping and profiling a black man while he was standing in his own front yard.
He don't even know my name and tell him I have a warrant. What did he do? That's what I'm saying. For what? For what? From Louisiana. For what? For what? Yeah. I don't even live in Louisiana, so how would I have a... You don't know my name, so how can you tell me I have a warrant in Louisiana?
Yeah, this is from May 8th, 2019. I remember covering this story. I don't know why this, like, why you guys wanted me to rewatch this, but here you go.
Clarence, okay, but you know Sir.
Evan says after he politely declined, the cop tried to cuff him.
You just put him in front of my house and then...
I did make a TYT video on this, I'm pretty sure.
Because you shaking like you scared or something.
Okay.
You shaking like you scared.
He don't live in Louisiana.
I don't even live in Louisiana. How the hell would I have a warrant in Louisiana?
Quentin, you already said your name was that.
My name is not Quentin. What the is wrong with you?
Sir, his name is not Quentin.
Then let's see the ID and we'll be done.
Okay, hold on.
Just get different names. You woke up and told me 3 different names.
Hold on.
The third name you just... No.
Clint.
No, I'm not going to be the next you feel?
No.
No.
His name is not Quentin.
Quentin. Let's do this and be done. I got no probable cause. I got you just stopped in front of my fucking house. Yes, I know who you are. It's you know what's my name? Man, that. You shaking like you scared. I'm not gonna let you put me in handcuffs.
Please stop. Stop.
Just, you know, just another important day for law enforcement, dude.
Please stop. Stop. Stop.
My name is not no fucking Quentin. You don't even know my name and tell me I got a warrant in Louisiana? Okay. Yes. Do I look like a... Show me the picture. Show me the picture.
Okay, wait.
Just walk with me. No, walk with me. No.
Please, he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
I need your supervisor or somebody else. Supervisor. Come on. Well, let me see your stripes. Well, I need somebody over the front of the car. No, you're not going to get me to your car. No.
Sir.
Put my yard on
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
Calm down.
Stop.
You
stop. You stop.
Who are you looking for?
That's
His name is not Quentin.
You think I'm from because I got dreads or something? No. You just pulled up in front of my fucking house and told me I got a warrant in Louisiana. So what? That's my fucking dog.
That's our dog.
That's
our dog. Go
in the house. Look, man.
Sir, that's our dog.
Don't you touching me while you shaking. You need to step back and calm down. No, that.
Get my phone out of the car.
There you got him running.
Get my phone out of the
car. Calm down.
Here's the deal. Doesn't that look a lot like
No, that don't look like
that's
me.
That's not him.
What's wrong with you, man? What you trying to say? Because I got dreads and I'm black, that's me?
No.
That's not him.
You she can see that's not me from over there.
No,
Stop.
My name? You ain't got no You ain't.
No, please stop. Please stop. Please leave him alone, please. No, please. That is not him. Please leave him alone.
Get out my yard, man.
I need to report on this. I need to report.
No, you need to get the fuck out of my yard. You just said I'm somebody named Quentin. You got dreads and he black.
Come on.
What the is that?
Okay, come on.
Nah, fuck that. Okay. Now you want to leave, right?
No, I want to do a report on this.
No, you need to get somebody here that's over you because you just made the biggest mistake.
Why?
How the you pull in front of my yard because I'm black with dreads and tell me I got a warrant?
Okay.
You
racist. My kids was out here.
No, my fucking kids.
Okay.
What, you need to get
In his own fucking house, by the way. In his own goddamn house, dude. In front of his own goddamn children. I don't know what it is that, like, the cop skull prevents the cop, the police officer, from treating whoever the fuck they're dealing with like a normal human being. Like, there's something severely wrong with the cop brain, with the pig brain, that prevents them, especially when the suspect or the person that they're dealing with is black. Do cops like these ever get fired? Are there ever follow-up stories? Yes. The follow-up stories are usually not exactly cheery because, no, nothing happens to most of these cops. I don't know if anything happened to those cops in particular, but from everything I fucking know, from everything I have fucking seen, no, they get paid leave, the story fizzles out, and then they come back. Do you want to know why? Because that's their job. Their job isn't to protect and serve the interests of the public. Their job is to protect and serve the interests of capital. Follow up the story. The guy lost the lawsuit and appealed and lost again. The reason is the cops had probable cause. There you go. Because the criminal justice system works in a way that allows cops to behave this way. That cop is following protocol. Okay? Bro, they don't get fucking punished for killing people. Why would they get punished for being mean? But of course, the reason why I like talking about stories like this is because this is the lower rung of the iceberg. This is the greater and much more frequent brutality that especially black communities have to deal with, right? We always look at the tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg is a police shooting an unarmed suspect. that's fleeing, right? And everyone is like, objectively, this is wrong, even though there are still plenty of bootlickers who say, well, I don't know, let's hear him out. I don't know, he was kind of scary. He hurt the cop's feelings or whatever. But that's not the broad majority of police interactions. Okay? Broad majority of police interactions are like this. And the consistent value in all of these interactions is that police escalate the conflict. They escalate it to a degree where it becomes unsolvable. That's why you have so many examples of people who get stopped for a regular traffic violation, sometimes no traffic violation at all, and then, end up in an altercation with cops, and they get fucking killed. There's also civil asset forfeiture. There's also cops running your fucking pockets. There's cops planting evidence, testifying, and lying on the stand. A practice so common that police have their own colloquialism for it. They call it test-a-lying. Yes, I was talking about Sandra Bland when I was talking about the fucking busted taillight. They're supposed to serve us, but they don't. They serve the wealthy. They serve the system. So yeah. Not gonna lie, if he showed his ID, he could have proved he's not Quentin. I'm white, and if a cop thinks I'm John Smith, I won't be pissed. Oh my God, dude. Why? Why should they be able to do that? You fucking dumb bootlicker. Why should they be able to come to your fucking house and harass you in front of your fucking children and try to detain you, rob you of your fundamental freedoms that the Constitution is supposed to protect? I thought these were God-given rights to liberty and the pursuit of happiness that is constitutionally protected, inalienable rights. And that is his right, by the way. A cop should not be able to improperly detain you without any sort of fucking due process, without any sort of fucking prior wrongdoing. And especially when you're black, or especially when you're poor, from a marginalized background, cops do this regularly, okay? And when they're doing it in your own fucking domain, that's completely unacceptable.
You a tweet that caught my attention this week is from a former White House correspondent who says the president has spent at least 150 days in Delaware away from the White House since taking office. Tonight, the president is back and...
Wait. By my count, Biden's 49th visit to Delaware as president brings the number up to of days there to 150. Compares to Trump's 17 visits to Mar-a-Lago, 13 to Bedminster, 132 days. Obama, 8 vacation trips, including Martha's Vineyard, 38 days. George W. Bush, 14 visits to Texas Ranch, 100 days. That number suspiciously does not add the fucking golf, all the golf trips that he did, but I guess Bedminster and Mar-a-Lago. I fucking doubt that has all the golf trips in it. Trump went to Mar-a-Lago way more than 17 times? Yeah, what? How many times did Trump go to Mar-a-Lago? I doubt it, dude. Wait, New York Post says Biden takes 2-week break as vacation time outstrips Trump, Obama, and Bush. I think it's pretty funny that, like, you know, after Donald Trump especially, we just know that this thing runs on autopilot. We know this fucking thing runs on autopilot, right? Yeah, no, Donald Trump took 300... Wait, what? No. Oh, this is term. Not vacation. Wait, no. Is this vacation days? Wait. Barack Obama took 328 days of vacation throughout 2 terms. Donald Trump took 381 days of vacation in 1 term. Joe Biden has so far taken 200 days. That guy wasn't even fucking being honest. What the fuck? As far as golf outings goes, by my count, this is Biden's 16th golf outing as Prez. Compares at the same point with Trump, 95, Obama, 45, George W. Bush, 15. What the fuck? It's the New York Post, literally owned by the Murdochs. Man, I know the New York Post is a fucking right-wing dish rag, brother. I know that already. Hold on 1 second. Elect the gamer, they'd have 0 days outside. That's true. We should elect the gamer president. AOC 2024. The president and his family, including disgraced first son Hunter Biden, left Washington for their latest getaway on August 10th, spending almost a week at $20 million mansion in South Carolina's exclusive Kiowa Island. Okay, president, Air Force One has an Oval Office and a Situation Room, so who cares where his body's at? No, I mean, it still shows, you know. So becoming president means you're the only person in America experiencing socialism? Yeah, no shit. Trump has visited a Trump Organization property on the 428 days of his presidency, or 1 visit every 3 to 3.4 days. That means he has visited on about 2 days every week of his presidency. Yeah, that's crazy. The idea that like Donald Trump went on vacation less than fucking Joe Biden is ridiculous. I don't believe that at all. Judging by what I remember from Donald Trump and how much he fucking vacationed, that's crazy to even bring that up. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Tonight, the president is back in Rehoboth Beach. So I went to a vacation hub, Miami, Florida, to see how Americans feel about the president's getaways. Watch.
How many days have you been on vacation this year?
2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
How many days of vacation have you gotten this year?
Bro, you went down to Florida? That's every day's a vacation, my man. What the fuck are you talking about? They're literally Floridians, bro. The worst people to ask about vacation.
Not many. I like to work though.
About 21 days so far.
I'm having a baby, so I'm saving all my.
Also, like, Joe Biden is literally a fucking corpse. I love this video, dude. This is back to old school shit. This is old school Fox News reporting. Like this is the Obama tan suit of stories, okay? Like as though we didn't fucking experience Donald Trump literally straight up fucking taking every day off. Meanwhile, the funnier part about this is that like Joe Brandon, when he's even in the fucking White House, doesn't matter because his brain capacity has diminished. So even when he's inside the fucking White House, doesn't matter. He's still on vacation when his brain is checked out. But it's just so good. It's so good. They're like, wow, look at that. Joe Biden on vacation. How do you feel about that? It's like, are you kidding me? Donald Trump literally exclusively was the Mr. Vacation.
You saving all your vacation.
Yeah.
What about you, Sid?
One.
Just one. That's it.
Only 5.
Only 5 days of vacation?
Yes.
Would it shock you if you learned that the President of the United States has gotten 150 days of vacation?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a lot of time off.
The President of the United States has been on vacation 150 days.
Oh, wow. I'm jealous.
Presidents do whatever. They got the money, so they take the vacation time, you know.
Why does it surprise you?
This government doesn't work.
It's just kind of par for the course for presidents.
He deserves a break, but I don't know if that 150 days is a long time.
He's a bum.
He's a bum?
That's exactly why the country is in a recession.
How many days do you think the President of the United States has gotten?
None.
He's gotten 150.
Really? Wow. I want his job.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
I want his job.